I work. Hello, guys. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit late coming on. Welcome. Yay, I did it. This computer stuff is a little bit over my head, I guess. Anyway, we're here. Welcome to the 3 Secrets. I'm super excited to have you. My name is Sarah Labrie. I created a presentation, but my computer skills are lacking, so hopefully the next time around I'll have that available for you guys. So I'm just going to go off my notes here, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself first. Again, my name is Sarah Labrie. I'm a generational psychic and past life specialist. I've been doing this my whole life. Some of my earliest memories of doing readings for people were 5 years old. So, as you can imagine, as a kid, you're kind of doing this for friends, and then friends and family, and then we got the internet, and then I was able to reach more people, and it kind of just spiraled into what it is today, all by itself. Though, as a child, when you are thinking about doing a past life reading or receiving a past life reading, it's exciting to you, and you just kind of want to know maybe who you were and what you did and all of that fun stuff. And I realized a few years ago that I was going on autopilot, and I wasn't questioning why people were coming to me over and over and over and over again, still seeking these past life readings. And so many people get more than one. They didn't want to just find out who they were. There was something much deeper than that. And I still kind of had that childlike thought in my head about it of, oh, people just want to know who they were and that's it. So I was just on autopilot, going with the flow. So a few years ago, I stepped back, got myself out of autopilot, and really started to put some thought into this. Why? Why are people wanting to know what their past life is? Why are they wanting to connect with it? Why are people all over the world seeking this information over and over and over again? It has to be more than just the excitement of wanting to know what you looked like or what your name was. And I started to find 3 different patterns. And so today we're going to talk about those 3 different patterns. And I want you to kind of just come in with an open mind. And yeah, so I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to yourself. You don't have to answer it to me. If you'd like to comment your answer, then you can as well. I want to know, do you feel out of place? This is one thing that people come to me for, seeking past life readings or regression or whatever, because they are feeling out of place. Do you feel like you live in a world that doesn't make sense? You know you are here for something important, but you just can't figure out what your path is supposed to be. Or maybe you feel like you've always been the black sheep of the family. Does this sound like you at all? So I'll tell you a little story about a reading I did for a woman about 2 years ago. And she came to me just wanting direction. She didn't tell me what was going on. She didn't give me any details of any sort. She just said she needed direction and felt like a past life reading might give her the answers that she has been seeking. So I did a past life reading for her, and in her past life that came through, she was a little girl that went to one of those one-room schoolhouses, and she grew up in a small town. And as she became of age to marry in this past life, she met a man from the big city. And it was kind of, this super exciting and amazing thing that she could marry him and go to the city, and it was full of more opportunity, more money, more excitement, more adventure maybe. But something within her in that past life told her to reject that man and reject that path of going to the city for a big job and big life, and stay in the town that she lived in. So in her past life, she stayed there and she became a teacher. And she started to teach in the schoolhouse where she grew up in, or where she went to school in. And she didn't just teach on normal school days. She taught after school. She taught the indigenous people. She taught people with special abilities or special needs. She taught women things that women probably in that time didn't need to know. And she changed hundreds and hundreds of lives for staying in that small town and following her heart, doing what she wanted to do there. So I finished the reading with her. We wrapped it up. And she explained to me that in this life, her decision that she needed clarity on was to finish school to become a teacher and continue teaching, or to follow this new job opportunity that she got that was big and exciting and probably had all of the financial answers that she needed. So after hearing the past life and how it connected so deeply with her life today, she was able to clearly make an informed decision to deny the big job and stay with where her heart desired, continuing school to teach. So going through past life regression, one of the big misconceptions that people have is that our past lives are so disconnected from us, and they're not. We are like mirror images of our pasts, and we go through the same cycles and patterns and lovers and friends and jobs and mistakes and adventures and all of the same things, obviously in different settings and different eras and times, and with different people. But for the most part, we are cycling over and over and over again, learning from our mistakes, but still continuing down one major soul path, if that makes sense. And that's not to say that your whole entire life and all of your lifetimes ever, she's supposed to be a teacher, but maybe in some way she's supposed to teach something, and that can look a million different ways in a million different lifetimes. So anyway, that was really exciting. So anyway, do you feel out of place? Do you feel like you're the black sheep, or do you feel like you have something important to do but you don't know what it is? Past life regression can help you with that. So the second thing we're going to talk about is, or I'm going to ask you, do you feel lost? Do you have irrational fears that have been holding you back in life? Do blocks keep you from reaching your full potential? Or do you have toxic traits or cycles that keep haunting you? This is a common one, especially people who seem to not be able to keep a job or are always finding themselves in that toxic relationship over and over and over and over again. Another thing that this is really important for is, another example is I did a reading. Actually, I did a Reiki session on a woman about 8 years ago. She came to my house. I had her out on the massage table. We were doing some energy work. She didn't tell me anything. She just said that she felt like she needed to release some type of blocks in her body, and she needed just to kind of realign herself. So as I was doing the energy work, I felt a lot of blocked energy in her throat chakra. And so I started to work on the energy and work through it. And as I was doing that, one of her past lives came to me, which happens all the time for me. But anyway, in her past life, she was hung as a young girl. And that trauma from the past life carried into her life today. And it was blocking a lot of energy in her throat. So at the time, I did not realize how much it was blocking her. So I was just helping her clean the energy. And as I was explaining to her the past life that I was seeing. And as I was, she started to cry. And she started to cry loudly. And she was letting all of this stuck, trapped energy out of her throat. And we worked through it for a while. And then when she started to settle down, she explained to me that for her entire life, even as a little girl, she's never been able to wear a necklace or anything around her neck. She had a fear of anything around her neck, and now she knew why. It was from the trauma from a past life. So our past lives can deeply, deeply affect us today. Past life trauma is a huge, huge part of healing that needs to be done. So we worked through that together in that session, and she came back a week later, and she was wearing a necklace with a crystal that she had hand wrapped all by herself, and she was so excited. She was just beaming. Light was shining out of her. She said this was the first time in her entire life that she'd been able to wear a necklace. So it was really powerful, really amazing. I love sharing that story. So the third thing we're going to talk about that I'm going to ask you is, do you feel alone? Do you feel a deep draw to ancient lands, cultures, or people in places where maybe you've never even been in this life? Like you have a yearning for a home that you've never even seen before. Do you need to feel more rooted or grounded? And do you see signs but are not sure of who or where they are coming from? So another great story that I have to share with you to help you connect with this is I was about 15 or 16, and I did a very quick reading for my mother at the time. And, well, my mother, she's always been my mother, but at the time I did a very quick reading for her. And in her past life, she had a life in Mexico. And it was just short, you know how kids are, especially teenagers with their moms. So it was just, oh, well, you had a past life in Mexico, and you were a Mayan princess, and then that was kind of the end of it. But at the time, it didn't really mean anything. I don't think she had been to Mexico, and it kind of felt disconnected, but it was never forgotten about. And then, so that was, goodness, so maybe 10 years later, my mom retired in Mexico. And not only did she retire as like an expat, she went to Mexico and she began living with the local Mayan people. She befriended a Mayan shaman. She started studying the culture, the stories, the real history, not the history in the history books, but the history that is passed down through words and stories and expressions and cooking and all of that. And she started writing books about it, and she started teaching it, and she started just reawakening this lost magic within the Mayan culture. And so many years later, after that reading, she found that her soul journey was to go back to Mexico. She had a past life in Mexico, and her soul had a very important purpose there. So in this life, she went back and she found her purpose, and she has become a voice to people to wake up the traditions that are being lost, the Mayan language, the Mayan magic, the stuff that she knows and that she hears from these people is mind-blowing, absolutely amazing. Again, she's written several books to kind of get the information out there. She does retreats to help bring people down, and she's really found herself in this connection. So it's absolutely beautiful. So that's the other thing. I'm just going through my notes here. So when you discover a past life, you are given another memory or piece of the puzzle to who you are. This lifetime is just a drop in the ocean of lifetimes that have shifted and created the person that you are today. Our past lives often mirror many aspects of our current life as we cycle through the spirals of time and space. So the 3 secrets to ancient wisdom and healing, our self-discovery, trauma healing, and ancestral guides. With self-discovery, you are discovering who you were, or discovering who you were can help light the path of who you are meant to be, just like that girl who was a teacher. And are you drawn to certain areas? Having a positive past life experience in a specific location can cause a powerful pull on your soul to those locations. A really quick story for this one. I'll make it super brief. But I had memories from my entire life of a life that was not this one. And I was always drawn to England. And I didn't know much about my family history at the time. When you're a kid, you don't really know too much, especially as an American. But I grew up with this constant pull towards old England and Scotland especially as well. So anyway, these memories that I was having, I was always also having them as reoccurring dreams, and for years and years and years and years they just haunted me, and they were so vivid, and I could feel the cobblestone streets beneath my feet and feel the cold air. And one day in 2018, I believe it was August 2018, I met a client online who was from England, North Yorkshire, England. And we got to talking about past lives, of course. And I was explaining my memories in detail. And there was silence on the other side of the phone. And he was floored at what I was describing because he knew the exact location that I was talking about. So he sent me a picture of what it looks like today and what it looked like when it was first built, so what my memory was of it. And it completely blew me away. I had been drawn to this land my entire life, and I realized that I had a past life here. So I booked a plane ticket right away, and by October we were in England, and I was walking down the very street that I did in my past life, next to the very river, next to the very pub. And it was the most amazing thing that I could ever begin to explain. It was as if taking two different pieces of my soul and kind of mashing them together. Like it was that other piece of the puzzle to myself. So being drawn to this land that I was always drawn to, and then actually being able to physically come and become a part of it again, there's just such a deep type of healing for it that really is not able to be explained unless you experience it for yourself. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Second thing, trauma healing. Having a traumatic experience in a past life can follow you into this life, creating fears, anger, and other negative patterns that may seem out of place within this lifetime. Just like the woman who had a fear of anything around her neck because of her past life trauma. Bringing awareness to those traumas allows space for forgiveness, cleansing, and healing. Letting go of blocks that no longer serve you in this lifetime. And the third thing is our ancestral guides. In over 98% of the past life readings that I do for clients around the world, there's one pattern that I see all the time. Our past lives are deeply connected with our ancestral lines in this lifetime. So going back real quick to my past life about England, excuse me, after discovering that, I did like the whole DNA testing and the family tree, and I discovered that we were actually like 78% from England and Scotland. And not only that, but our ancestors in this lifetime are from York, which is where my memory is from. So it's amazing just seeing all of those connections, that the past life memory that I had, not only was I able to walk those streets again, but my ancestors in this lifetime also are from that area. So this is so common in the readings that I do. Our lives are so deeply connected. It's absolutely amazing. So perhaps you are 12% Irish in this life. You most likely had a past life in Ireland. Your ancestral guides are deeper than just past lives. They're connected to your current life today. Your guides have been waiting to connect with you. They've been waiting to share their wisdom with you. And all you need to do is listen. This stuff is so exciting to me. I love it. Every past life reading that I've done, past life regression that I've done with people, still to this day, it never ceases to blow my mind. Always the connections that are made with people. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So when you discover your past, you can grow in your present and succeed in your future. So in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and do a past life regression session for you all here today. But first, I want to talk about, if you really want to work deeply into discovering who you are, clearing out your past life traumas, and connecting with your ancestral guides, you can work with me one-on-one. I offer so many different aspects of this. The biggest package that I offer connects on all three of these secrets: the past life discovery, healing past life trauma, and ancestral connection. In each category, we go through 3 very deep sections of each of them. So you'll get past life reading, one-on-one coaching through past life connections, discovering like what in your past life is connected to your life in the present, past life guided meditations, healing past life trauma meditations, one-on-one healing sessions, distance Reiki sessions, ancestral connection guided meditations, one-on-one ancestral calling forth. This is when we will get together on Skype or however and call forth your ancestors that are your spirit guides, for direction and for protection, and then a psychic and ancestral spirit guide reading as well. And there are bonuses in all of the packages. But yeah, I'll post a link to be able to work with me if this is something that has been calling to you, or maybe you didn't know it was calling to you and now it is, and you really want to get to the bottom of who you are and clearing some of those traumas and really finding the wisdom in your ancestral connections and spirit guides to guide you to a better tomorrow. One thing, what did I want to say? I don't remember. I don't remember. It's gone. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and I am going to do a past life regression session for you guys. So just go ahead and sit down or relax. If you are driving, please do not do this. Just wait till you get home and you can watch the replay. But go ahead and relax and allow yourself to take a slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, release all the tension within your body. Inhale, filling your lungs completely, and exhale, releasing all the tension and all the stress. And inhale one last time, filling your lungs to their fullest. And as you exhale, go ahead and close your eyes. Allow your body to become relaxed. Allow your breathing to become regular. Every breath that you take and every word that I say, you relax even deeper. Just allowing the noises of the world around you to fade away. As we relax into a safe and comfortable place. With your eyes closed, I want you to imagine, picture, or pretend that you're standing at the top of the most beautiful staircase that you have ever seen. This staircase has 10 steps leading down into a brilliant white cloud. In a moment, I'm going to count from 10 down to 0. With each number that I say, you're going to relax deeper and deeper into your subconscious. Taking one step down the staircase, you relax deeper and deeper as we begin at 10. Going down the staircase, one step at a time. 9. Allowing yourself to relax deeper and deeper. 8. 7. 6. Deeper and deeper. 5. You're halfway there, feeling your body and your mind relaxing. 4. 3. 2. 1. And 0. Very good. You are now standing in a brilliant white cloud that is glowing all around you. You can see nothing but this brilliant white. And in a moment, those clouds will begin to fade. And as they fade, you will begin to see a long hallway with doors on either side and one door at the very end. And on your next exhale, the clouds around you begin to fade, but only ever so slowly. At first, you can still only see the white. And they begin to move as if a gentle breeze begins to blow through. The light begins to fade, and you can see your feet standing on the floor of this hallway. Imagine, picture, and pretend what this floor looks like. Is it tile, carpet, wood, or something else? Take in all the details of this long, straight floor. And as the floor becomes more in focus, and you notice more of the details, You begin to notice the walls of this long hallway. You notice their color, texture, any patterns that they may have, any lighting that might be there. Pay attention to every detail. And the doors that are lined all the way down this hallway. What do the doors look like? They are all shut. Are they wood? Are they painted? Are they elegant or simple? Picture every detail of the doors. And as you begin to take in the full detail of this long hallway, you begin to notice that there are 15 doors on each side of the hallway, and one door at the very end with light coming out of the seams and the cracks. But that door is very far away still. And in a moment I will count from 15 all the way down to 0. With each number that I say, you will walk slowly past the set of doors in the hallway as we become closer and closer to that last door. And with every number that I say, you will relax even deeper as the visuals around you become even more vivid. And we begin now going down the hallway past the first set of doors with 15, 14, 13, slowly going past each set of doors in the hallway, 12, 11, 10, going deeper and deeper into your subconscious mind, 9, 8, 7, 6, further and further down that hallway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now you're standing very close to that last door. You are within arm's reach of the handle. Look down and notice the handle on the door. Take in every detail. And in your mind's eye, I want you to reach out with your right hand and hold on to that handle. And open the door. And as you open the door, at first you see nothing but brilliant white light. And you step now into that white light, and the door closes gently and safely behind you. That door will remain there, easy to open, if at any time you choose that you need to leave. But you are in a safe place, only viewing. You are now standing in one of your many past lives. You still cannot see anything around you, only the brilliant white light. First, I want you to look down at your feet. Notice what your feet look like. Are you wearing shoes? Are you barefoot? Are they large or small? Can you tell if they are men's or women's? Are they human at all? From your feet, I want you to bring your viewing up your body. Notice every detail of your skin, the clothing that you are wearing. Do you feel cold or warm or hot? Take in all the sensations around you. And then, just as if you are looking into a mirror, I want you to take your vision up from your body to your face. And look at your face. Notice your hair color, your eye color. And as you look at yourself, you are seeing yourself in a happy moment. And that version of you is smiling. And it makes you smile. And if you wish, you may ask yourself for your name. And if you have been given a name, you will remember that clear as day when it is time to wake up. For now, we will continue our journey. Now that you see yourself and possibly know your name, I want you to look all around you at the landscape that is around you. Imagine if there are buildings, plants, animals. What is the weather like? Can you find anything in your mind's eye that tells you where the location is? What country you are in? And if it is easy and visible, can you tell which era or year you are in. Just still standing in this place, looking around you. You have not moved. Taking in all the details of everything. And then when you are ready, and only when you are ready, we will zoom through this past life to a beautiful and happy moment. A moment that shifted and created something within you today. Perhaps it is a personality trait of yours, a memory, a pattern, zoom now through your past life to this happy event that has in some way shifted and shaped who you are today. You will instantly see the connection. You will instantly recognize the events or the patterns. You will instantly see how it reflects so perfectly in your life right now. And I want you to just take a moment, spending time in this positive, happy, life-changing event. Allowing yourself to remember all the details, every beautiful aspect that shaped and shifted who you are today. And then when you are ready, we're going to zoom again through your past life, and this time we are going to go to a traumatic event, but you will only view it from a safe distance. You do not have to relive this event again. We are only watching from the outside. This event that we go to has affected you still today. So now when you are ready, let us zoom through this past life again until we find this one traumatic event. Keep yourself standing on the outside, viewing only as closely as you wish and only as closely as you feel comfortable. We do not have to stay here for long, but I want you to take in as many details as you can. And the more details that you take in, the more you see how it connects with your life today, how it has affected your life today, and how it has held you back in your life today. But now that you are a new person and living a new life with new wisdom and knowledge, I want you to accept what has happened and place awareness, forgiveness, and healing into that event. The awareness alone can bring life-changing healing to this trauma that has followed you. Be thankful that you are now aware of these events, and let them know that you are now ready to let it go, so that you may move forward in this life. Allowing forgiveness, we say thank you, and we walk backwards 3 steps down, deeper into your subconscious mind, as we release that trauma that has followed you. Putting that memory into a bubble or a balloon, we wrap it up and watch it float away, as it no longer serves you for any reason. And you are thankful of your awareness, and you are strong enough to heal and now move forward, no longer held down by the traumas of your past life. Now, when we are ready, we will zoom through this past life one last time before we come out. This time we will go to a very special, very important person that was with you in this past life. You will zoom straight up to them, face to face. You immediately notice their feet, their clothing, their hair, their skin, their face. You instantly recognize who this person is, and a feeling of love fills your body completely, pouring out of you like a fountain. You are so happy to be face to face with this person one more time. And if you wish, you may embrace again. You may ask their name. Spend a moment in their presence, feeling their unconditional love for you, pouring all over you. And I want you to know that this person has never left you. They have always been with you. They are your spirit guide right now, right here in this life. They love you so much. They have so much ancestral guidance and wisdom and protection for you. They have been waiting a long time for you to remember who they are. And they are so happy to connect with you and see you face to face again. Now that you see this person and possibly know their name, I want you to realize that they are with you always, that you are never alone, that you always have the guidance that you need, that this person has been through everything that you have been through and will go through. And they already know all the answers to guide you safely through your journey. All you have to do is listen. All you have to do is be aware that they are with you every day. I want you to say thank you. And you may give another hug if you wish. And now stepping back 3 steps deeper into your subconscious mind, we thank this experience for bringing us clarity, wisdom, knowledge, healing, forgiveness, and connection. And we begin to walk or zoom back through this lifetime, all the way back to that door. And in your mind's eye, I want you to reach out your right hand and hold on to that doorknob and open the door. And take 1 step back inside into the long hallway that you remember so clearly, and close the door behind you. And then very quickly we will walk to the end of the hallway as I count from 1 up to 5, bringing awareness back into your body, back into your mind, back into your soul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me today on this adventure. I hope that you got a beautiful, healing, helpful, wonderful experience in this past life regression. If you want to work with me, I will post the links in this video, or check out my Facebook pages because all the information is there as well. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.